Okay, so picture this. Your neighbor just dropped $52,000 on a brand new minivan. 2 weeks later, he's standing in your driveway asking if he made a mistake. That's a real situation. And it got me thinking, because right now, sitting on used lots all across America, there are 3 minivans that dealers can barely give away. Salespeople practically apologize when a customer spots one. Nobody's shopping for them. Nobody's bragging about them. And yet, one of them has an engine I genuinely believe can reach 400,000 miles. So today I'm breaking down all 3. We're talking real numbers, real known issues, what to look for before you buy, and why the used market has completely underpriced these vans relative to how long they actually last. And number 1, it's going to flip everything you think you know about buying a minivan right on its head. Let's get into it. Number 3, the Dodge Grand Caravan. I already know what you're thinking. Stay with me. This is the most misunderstood minivan on any used lot in America. People make fun of it. Nobody respects it. And that's exactly why you can buy a solid, late-model example for somewhere in the range of $12,000 to $15,000. Sometimes less. Here's what actually matters under the hood. Starting in 2011, Chrysler replaced their aging engine lineup and introduced the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, a naturally aspirated engine producing around 283 horsepower. That same 3.6 Pentastar has been used across a massive range of vehicles, including the Jeep Wrangler, Dodge Charger, Ram 1500, Chrysler Pacifica, and more, and it ran among the top 10 engines in the U.S. market for 3 consecutive years. What does that mean for you as an owner? It means every auto parts store in America stocks parts for this engine. Any mechanic, including the affordable one down the street, has worked on a dozen of them. No special tools, no dealer-only diagnostics. The 3.6 Pentastar is designed to provide years of trouble-free service with proper maintenance. And that's a big reason why it's found its way into so many different vehicles across the FCA lineup. Now I'm going to be straight with you, because that's the whole point of this channel. The earlier Pentastar engines, particularly the 2011 through 2014 models, had some known issues, including cylinder head problems and oil filter housing concerns. Most of those were corrected by the manufacturer in later production. That's exactly why I'd focus your search on 2015 to 2019 models. By then, the engine had years of real-world refinement behind it. One of the advantages of buying a late model Grand Caravan is that the platform had been in production for so long. Countless examples have been used in real-world conditions, which means there's a ton of information and a huge parts supply available when something does need attention. The one thing to watch, the 6-speed automatic transmission. It's a solid unit, but it does need regular fluid changes. Skip those, and you're putting unnecessary stress on a component that's not cheap to repair. Ask for service records. If there aren't any, budget for a transmission service before you drive it much further. Pre-purchase checklist. Pop the hood and look at the front of the engine near the oil filter housing. A little oily film there is a negotiating tool, not a deal breaker, but you want to know about it. Take it on a proper test drive and feel for clean, smooth shifts. Any hesitation on the 1 to 2 shift when the engine is cold is worth noting. Work every single power sliding door and the rear liftgate. Power sliding door problems and electrical gremlins are among the most commonly reported issues on these vans. Open and close everything multiple times. Pull up the carpet and check the stow-and-go floor wells for any sign of water or rust. A wet storage bin tells you a story you don't want to hear. Who's this van for? Anyone who needs to move people and cargo and wants the absolute lowest entry price into a reliable family hauler. With stow-and-go seating that folds flat into the floor, it can swallow lumber, furniture, or a full family's worth of gear without complaint. With consistent maintenance, a late-model Grand Caravan can reasonably be expected to provide $150,000 to 200,000 miles of service. Who should look elsewhere? If resale value matters to you, and I mean if you're planning to sell it in a few years, this van depreciates fast. That's a curse when you're selling and a gift when you're buying. And if you want a quiet, refined cabin, this isn't that van. It drives like the tool it is. But for raw value per dollar, nothing in this segment touches it. Number 2 is the one that genuinely surprises people. The Kia Sedona. Here's the thing about the Sedona. The badge still carries baggage. A lot of buyers are mentally stuck in 2004, when Kia had a very different reputation. And that outdated bias is directly responsible for why you can buy this van for thousands less than the data says it's worth. Let's talk about what the data actually says. RepairPal gives the Kia Sedona a 4.0 out of 5.0 reliability rating, ranking it first out of 8 minivans in its class. The average annual repair cost sits at $495, lower than the class average and lower than the average for all vehicle models combined. First out of 8. That's not a fluke. The 2015 redesign brought a newer platform and a 3.3-liter V6 that carried through to the final 2021 model year. Cars.com notes that Kia retired the Sedona after 2021 and replaced it with the Carnival, meaning the used market is now stocked with 2015 through 2021 examples. For the cleanest buying experience, I'd focus on 2017 to 2021 models. The 2015 and 2016 vans had some reported early battery and oil monitoring issues. By 2017, those early kinks were behind it. The engine in these vans, the 3.3-liter V6, is part of Kia and Hyundai's Lambda V6 family. Timing chain, not a belt. No belt replacement schedule to worry about. And it's paired with either a 6-speed or, from 2019 onward, an 8-speed automatic. Both conventional torque converter transmissions with solid track records. Now, honest. Disclosure on one thing. The direct injection version of the 3.3 Lambda V6 has a known tendency for carbon buildup on the intake valves, something common to direct injection engines in general. The fix is periodic walnut blasting or intake cleaning. Not an emergency, but something to schedule around 60,000 to 80,000 miles. Pre-purchase checklist. N. Pull the dipstick on any 2015 or 2016 model and check the oil level carefully. Demand. Service records on those early years. O. Power sliding doors. Kia has a history of sliding door issues on the Sedona, with owners reporting beeping alarms and a dragging or crunching sensation when the doors close. Cycle both doors repeatedly. And listen, this is non-negotiable. On the 2019 to 2021 models, spend time testing the driver assist sensors and cameras. These are more electronically complex and worth verifying before you sign anything. Push every button on the infotainment and rear climate controls. Electrical issues, not engine or transmission problems, are the Sedona's main weak spot. Who's this van for? Anyone who wants a minivan that's actually pleasant to be in. The interior on the higher trims, the SX and above, is genuinely impressive. Quiet cabin, quality materials, comfortable seats. The 2020 Sedona scored 81 out of 100 on J.D. Power's Quality and Reliability Assessment, receiving a great rating. If you want reliability without feeling like you're making a sacrifice, the Sedona is the answer. Who should look elsewhere? If you need maximum cargo room, the Sedona's interior is slightly tighter than the largest Japanese vans. And if you can only find a high-mileage early example with no service records and sticky door operation, walk. There are enough clean ones on the market that you don't need to settle. And now, number 1. This is the one that answers the $52,000 question. The minivan that gives you the best chance at 400,000 miles isn't a brand new one. It's a used Toyota Sienna, specifically the V6 models Toyota built before they discontinued the engine entirely. Here's the full picture. In 2021, Toyota made a major strategic decision. They dropped the V6 completely and converted the Sienna into an all-hybrid-only vehicle. The current Sienna runs a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired with two electric motors and a continuously variable transmission, producing a combined 245 horsepower. This was a significant departure, transitioning from a straightforward V6 to a platform with a four-cylinder, dual electric motors, a high-voltage battery pack, and a CVT. That's not a criticism of the new system. Toyota knows hybrids, but it is a very different ownership equation. The engine they replaced? One of the most proven power plants Toyota has ever put in a consumer vehicle. The 2GR-FE is a 3.5-liter V6 found across the Toyota and Lexus lineup in the Camry, Highlander, RAV4, Lexus RX 350, and even in Lotus sports cars. With timely oil and coolant service, this engine is known for long, low-drama life. The 2GR-FE's documented longevity sits at around 200,000 miles, and that's a conservative benchmark. Real-world owners regularly report going well beyond that figure. There are documented examples of these engines running past 300,000 miles with no major mechanical intervention, just regular maintenance. So where's the sweet spot? Toyota enthusiast communities widely agree that 2015 and 2016 are the best years in the third-generation Sienna because they're the newest models that still carry the original 2GR-FE engine paired with the proven 6-speed automatic transmission. In 2017, Toyota upgraded to a direct-injection version of the V6, making 296 horsepower, and paired it with a new 8-speed automatic transmission. That 8-speed is a capable unit, but 2017 was its first year, and first-year transmissions carry early production risk. The 6-speed that came before it had nearly a decade of real-world proof. If your budget stretches further, the 2020 Sienna is the pick. By 2018, Toyota had added its active safety suite as standard equipment, and the platform had fully matured by 2020. The 2020 model year received strong reliability scores, 81 out of 100 on J.D. Power's quality and reliability scale. That was the final V6 year before the all-hybrid switch, and it's as refined as this generation ever got. Pre-purchase checklist. Bro, open the hood and look around the valve covers and timing area for any oily residue. The 2GR-FE can develop weeping. Valve cover gaskets at higher mileage. It's inexpensive to fix, but you want to know about it and price it into your offer. On your test drive, feel for clean, confident gear changes from the automatic. If you're looking at 2017 or newer with the 8-speed, some early examples needed software updates, worth factoring into your inspection. Work every power sliding door and the liftgate motor through multiple cycles. Power door failures have been reported on the third-generation Sienna, so test everything before you commit. Pro tip: prioritize finding a Sienna owned by an older couple or empty nesters. A van that spent its life doing weekend family trips, garaged, with every oil change on schedule. That's essentially a new drivetrain wearing an old odometer. That's the one you want. Who's this van for? Anyone playing the long game? If you're keeping a vehicle for 10-plus years, the math on a clean used Sienna V6 versus a new hybrid is very hard to argue against. And if you need all-wheel drive, the Sienna offered it when almost no other minivan did. And those AWD examples are still out there on used lots. Who should look elsewhere? If fuel economy is your top priority, the new hybrid genuinely delivers better numbers at the pump. That's a real advantage. And if you want the latest driver assistance technology, a pre-2018 Sienna will feel dated by today's standards. Those are legitimate trade-offs. But for total long-term value and drivetrain longevity, the old V6 Sienna is difficult to beat. So there you have it. 3 minivans the market forgot, but the reliability data didn't. The Dodge Grand Caravan with the Pentastar V6. One of the most widely deployed engines in American automotive history, available for used Civic money. The Kia Sedona, the #1 ranked minivan for reliability according to RepairPal, is still underpriced because people haven't updated their opinion of the brand. and the Toyota Sienna V6, a drivetrain with documented six-figure mileage reports, sitting on used lots right now for a fraction of what the new version costs. The smartest buy you can make in a used minivan isn't the cheapest one on the lot. It's the right engine, in the right year, with the right maintenance history. That's the formula. If this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.